Yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up? I done found like what $4. I found some money. Let me turn this fan off. Yeah, I found some money today. It wasn't. It's money. Is money like $4. Um, just going to the store, getting some stuff from the gas station. You know. Um, we tend as people to put money over God. We put money in material. A lot of us, the vast majority of us, not all, but it's a vast majority, of us that want to put capitalism over God, and it doesn't pan out. My thing is this: God knows your thoughts. Okay, He knows everything about you, internal, external, the whole 10. He knows when you're suffering. He knows your lows. He knows your highs. But when you get arrogant and block God and the angels out of your everyday lives, and you think you the master of yourself, there lies the problem. Especially when it comes to capitalism, economics, and you thinking you got money, so you thinking you are your own God, and you putting God below. Man, you putting money over the kingdom of God. You putting money over His throne. That's why so many rich men and women, go to ruin. That's why many civilizations was destroyed, because they thought they was over, and they thought they was in a position of the Most High. No. Remember, you already rich. You're still living. Okay. I asked the Most High to, put a blessing on this. Put a blessing on this word. I asked God to put a blessing on His word. Put a blessing on His word. Because I'm telling you, you already rich. You're living. You're breathing. You're talking. You're walking. Especially if you got all your faculties and you somewhat of good health. You got a roof over your head. You're rich. You can go to the store and buy something to eat. You're rich. You can take soap and water and wash your ass. You're rich. You have a car, or you got enough money to get on public transportation. You're rich. What are you worried about? Are you living in the street? Don't take that for granted. Are you in someone's parking garage? Are you in someone's alley? Urinated infected, and feces infected? Are you up in those crevices and cracks of dungery? Are you living that way? If you ain't living that way, what are you complaining for? Because you want $1 million home, you want the latest exotic car, you want diamonds and all that. Who say you deserve that? What is your true intentions? I think you'll be granted that if you're doing it the right way. But if you're doing it the devil's way, it's short-lived. Well, for instance, you see the highs and the crash and burns of these entertainers, especially in the hip hop. I ain't naming no names. They had the cars, they had the Bentleys, they had this, but their history followed them when they got famous. And it caught up with them, and it ended up right back to square one in the streets, and it was settled in the streets by what? Gunfire. And their body retired, and they gone. Boo hoo 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 over the grave. A next victim, a next victim, a next victim. Ill-gotten gains, inspired by Lucifer. And he gains another soul or souls. Because you didn't go about getting the moolah the right way. You thought doing it, criminal activities and stuff like that, and taking people, causing people to fall. You thought that was the way to go. But I'm telling you, youngins, I'm telling men, if you think about entering into crime, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because it's short-lived. Also, females, don't do it. I have lived long enough to see people, and some of them not here, and a lot of them not here, due to drugs, due to gunplay, due to murders, yes. Incarceration never see the light of day. It doesn't pay. See, this is what happens when you put money over God. This is what happens when you put greed over God. This is what happens when you put pornography over God. That's your God. That's what you serve. This is when you put murdering other people over God. And you think it's not going to hit you. You think it's not going to hit your loved ones, due to your actions in the street. And that's what usually happens. So they can draw you out, then they got you. Because you put murderism, you put the murder gang over God. And when it hit home, it doesn't feel good, does it? At all. Then took your wife out, took your daughter out, took your little son out. But you took their loved ones out too. So it's a never-ending horror show. It's a never-ending horror show. Who wins at the end of the day? Nobody. The only one who profit off of it is the morticians and the funeral directors in the ICU unit. Or the emergency unit, whatever you call it. Look, God is the way. Stop putting money over God. Stop putting worldly possessions over God. Okay? If you go about it the right way, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something very simple. He knows your thoughts, like I say. He knows when you're about to be homeless. But are you being obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments? He knows when you're in debt and you need something to pay off your bills. Are you being obedient to the law, statutes? Are you praying? Are you fasting? He knows that you hurting inside. You about to give up. Are you being vigilant? Are you praying and fasting and talking to God in your solitude and asking Him to bless you? But are you living? Are you practicing the law, statutes, and commandments in your individual lives? If you're not, the doors to your blessings will always stay locked up and closed because you're being disobedient. So you suffer. It's a reason why y'all got problems in marital relationships, or it's a reason why you can't find no one and stay with them for good. It's a reason why things break off. It's a reason why doors keep closing in your face. You work this job, you work that job, and then they close in your face. It's a reason why. And the reason is you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not being obedient to the scriptures. You're not practicing what you're preaching. You are a fraud and a hypocrite. I'm talking to those that practice this, even some of these content creators. And I'm telling y'all, the punishment and the reckoning is on you. If you up here saying this, and then when that phone or however you upvote or upload this video, you up here saying this, and you not really living that life, you're done. All you doing is putting curses on you. All you doing is putting multiple calamities on you because you sitting up here talking to people that really need help and really sincere and really taking out the time of their day to watch you. And you sitting up here telling them about this, but you live a double life. And if they was flies on the walls, they'd be like flies to shit calling you out. I'm talking to those hypocrites that's on here. You can talk it, but you gotta live it too. You can't do one, you gotta do two. If you don't talk it and don't live it, you're a fraud. And there's a lot of them on here. This is what you get from me. This is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get. And please, the ones don't eat, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I can agree, but it makes you more valid. Sorry to say, no, not really, not sorry to say. Don't you want people to know you? This was social media is all about, people. People, they want to see you. It makes you more genuine when they see you with the presentation. They see you with the dialogue. They see you audio and visual with the diatribes. They see you talk. They see you presentate yourself. They see you. The art of dialogue. You know what I'm saying? To speak. The art of dialogue. It's a channel name that too, I think. The art of dialogue. I'm not biting. I'm just using that as an example, my brother. They see you. Make you more genuine. Make you more authentic. Come on, man. All that not showing your face. You know? What you hiding from? That's another thing. Beware of a person that get up here, blah, 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 and don't show their face. You don't know. You just don't know. People want to see some evidence. And again, what are you running from? This is what this all about. If you look, my thing is this. I mean, to each his own. If you're a content creator, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Talking to the people. Okay? You can put on your little disguises and, you know, I like to wear shades. Now you seeing my face. I like to wear looks. This is what I do. But stop putting, let's get back to it. You know, that's a little side joint. Stop putting money over God. And what I was going to get back to, he knows your thoughts. Like I keep repeat. I got to be repetitive. He knows your thoughts. He knows what you're thinking about. He knows what you stressing about. So you ask him, please take this off me. How? And he will show you signs. It's like I found his money. He's telling me that's a sign. And this is not the first time this happens. Just out of nowhere, I go, I look. I'm in a certain place at a certain time. I ain't had to walk that way. But I walked away. I was meant to pick up that money. And nobody wasn't around to claim it or nothing. It was just laying on the cement. And, stayed fast. So I said, let me pick this up. So what I get from that, I came to the conclusion, I came to this, what I get for that, what I get from that, I never, it's going to be without money. Meaning that if you do right, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And if you got thoughts of desperation, you got thoughts of you need, he will bless you and grant you. He will open up doors for you. Stop worrying about what you can't pay off. Stop worrying about you about to lose your home. Stop worrying about it. Because I'm telling you, if you real about God, and I'm telling you, sometimes I ain't had nothing. I was like, man, how am I gonna get home? Or I need some money. Or for instance, I needed some money that day. This happened like twice. Wind blowing. I mean, wind is blowing 50 miles per hour. You can buy something like that. Wind blowing. It's hawking out there. Money sitting in the corner. I was walking in the parking lot, sitting in the corner with the bricks at. You know how they got the parking spaces with the little car, with the little bricks around it, stuck up in a little crack. Wind blowing. You would think the $20 bill be floating up in the air somewhere. $20. I believe it was $20 sitting up in the corner, looking at it. And I was dead broke that day, as I recall. He knows your thoughts. He know I needed some money. There you go. And then you got to put one foot forward. You out here, he's saying what you doing as a man, or he applying himself. Oh, he trying to get a job. Whether you not qualified or overqualified, you won't get that. You won't get a job. It may not be the job you want. It may be the job job of your dreams. But let me tell you something. You know, soldiers in Christ, brothers and sisters, vice versa. I don't care what you do. I mean, I do care what you do. Let me reframe that. I do care what you do. But if you put God first, it can be you going into a demonic job. Shine at that job. Don't let them dim your light as you being a believer in Christ. And then they will be removed. You don't have to act like a fool. You might get promoted. Or something might come down from somewhere else. Meaning you'll be bestowed with a job and people on that job that is cool with you, and you transition to the next job. Know the signs. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And you got people, never do this. Never do this. You got a lot of people, what God, I'm suffering. God ain't doing nothing for me. He ain't doing nothing for me. All this religious, blah, blah, blah. What? So you fix your mouth to say that. What? Are you still talking? God got you talking, fool. What are you talking about? He got you going to the bathroom. He got you washing your face. He got you even waking up in the morning. That's a blessing in itself. See, we take too much for granted. Because we feel as though we don't got nothing, we don't amount to nothing. That's the low self-esteem. That's a curse. What are you doing to get out of your situation? What are you doing and then it's the devices that a lot of us, drugs and alcohol, this, that, and the third. How you think you gonna live a productive life and you high all the time? Don't you know that dulls the mind? Don't you know you belligerent? You think you doing right, but your body mechanics are off. Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm gonna drink me a fifth of liquor and a 6-pack and smoke me some bud and drive a car. There you go. A few more hours, drift off, or you fussing and arguing, getting boom. What they call it, vehicular homicide. Either you or you cause other people. You hit someone else and kill them. Look how many times we done heard of drunk drivers or people high on drugs or whatever getting into these accidents and killing whole families and kids and stuff like that. You know, I'm trying to refrain from cussing too. So you ain't hear me cussing that much because I'm trying to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to turn it, I feel as though you don't have to keep cursing to get your point across. So I'm trying to, really clean it up and be a better person as far as my commentary. To get you don't need to use you don't need to use cuss words to get your point across. And be serious. Just know what right words to use, verbally to use. You know what I'm saying? So here 2023, what have you? 2023. Money will come. It's what you do to acquire it, to acquire money, Pray, fast, meditate, live a godly life, and the things you want, they will come. They might not come when you want them to come, but I'm tell you one thing. If you listen to this whole video from the beginning to the end, if you listen to this whole video about my experiences, when I'm talking to y'all, what took place in my livelihood and still taking place, when I really needed it, It was there. And that's not about all me. That's the Most High. You want that house? What are you doing for the Most High? You want a nice life? What are you doing for the Most High? Are you evangelizing to the sick and shut in? Are you helping those that need to be helped? Regardless if they don't want to be helped or not, are you still living a holy life and pointing people in the right direction? Or are you jealous of one another? Or you jealous of that person? You want to see that person fall? Or you argumentative? You want to keep arguing at a person? That's not the way to go. You can tell them the way to go. If they don't want to choose that way, by the interaction, by God using you as, an evangelist or anointed person, by He using you as a vessel to talk to the less fortunate or in the weak, and the sick and shut in, and the weak, and the drug addicts. If He using you to do that, do it. But at the end of the day, you are used as a vessel. They have to make that decision for themselves. They have to have discernment and make that decision for themselves. You only can do but so much. Then God has to, He has to preside over that, and the angels thereof. So leave a blessing to this video. Y'all need to share the video with y'all family members. Y'all need to wake up. And the reason why y'all keep suffering is the reason why y'all keep being greedy. It's the reason why y'all doing things shady to get the gravy, and y'all don't have to do all that to get this. What you need to do is be checking into the law, statutes, and commandments, and being real about it, and get into these scriptures and live out these scriptures in your individual lives for real, and stop frauding out on YouTube, some of y'all, and be real about your commentary and live your commentary. And all else will fall in. I'm telling you. God knows you. Believe me. He knows your faults. He knows your regrets. He knows your victories. He knows your shortcomings. He knows everything. So you're not hiding from nobody. Okay? You sure ain't hiding from God. Okay? Stop worrying about that. Stop worrying about bills. Stop worrying about you don't have enough. You give God the time, and you make the great sacrifices, He won't give you the time. But if you shut the door on Him and don't have no belief system in the Most High and the Scriptures and the law, statutes, and commandments, everything's going to be shortcomings. Things going to be short-lived. It's going to be more bad luck that's bestowed on individuals that shuts the door on a very entity and a very supernatural power that will bless your lives. Y'all shut the door. So if y'all shut the door and close the door on the Most High, the one who created this everything, this existence, we live on this planet Earth, created everything. If you shut the door on that power, what you think's gonna happen? Let you figure that out. I'm out.